Here we are back in game two.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Um, Before we hop too far into it, I'm gonna refresh the results just to make sure, and it is gonna be Zorpox with the Player of the Game MVP from Game One. So big congratulations to him. Played really well in that Morgana. I am not surprised to see that it's already found its way onto the ban list this game.
Absolutely. He played an insane game on that. And he and Hirmar and Digital Love, just the three of them really carried the game.
Absolutely. And
Now we see an interesting ban, though, the Anivia ban coming out.
I think the Anivia ban is still needed. It's Hiramar's best champion, and I mean this was one of the first times Hiramar's shown that like he can show up and he can hard carry on a pick not named Anivia. So if he continues to
Mm-hmm.
do that, you might see a shift in the way it goes. Oh my gosh, we thought
Ooh, the
Draven
Draven Leona
Morgana was
lane?
gonna be oppressive. Draven Leona,
Ooh.
oof.
Oof. That's going to be a
Ugh.
fun
In,
lane to watch now. Into a Kaisa.
into Kaisa no less, which Kaisa, a champion that's going to be very dependent on that early lane phase. Um,
Unless Juice Miashin decides to take it mid and pull a C-Van. We have seen him take some interesting picks mid. He took the Ken in week one. So,
I don't think so. I know Piper loves the Kaisa, and it's something that he plays a lot of. So I'd be
mhm.
and there's the Swain. I think the
Yep.
Swain again for Juice Miashin. For those who are wondering, we do have a no ban there from Long Anime Songs. That's a Twitch related thing. It's not a big deal, but General talked in chat before the game was over on stream. So just a friendly PSA from your local mod. Don't do that. And it is gonna be the Illaoi.
Ooh. I'm excited for this now. We'll
So
see if
far,
they can shut her down and keep her shut down.
so far
They
the
are
side
going to
of
ban Alistair.
so far on the side of Long Anime Songs, kind of taking what worked again and rolling with it. Taking the Draven Victor, saying you guys aren't gonna ban this stuff. Well, we're gonna play it again.
Yep, they're going to do the same thing, but take some very heavy engage in Leona. We'll see if Zorpox can pull this one off as well as the Morgana.
Yeah, and it's a little bit tougher to pull off, on the sense that you have to go in
Mm-hmm.
to make stuff happen in lane. But as long as him and Digital Love are on the same page on when Zolpox is looking to go in, it should work out in their favor. Warwick ban again against Neil the Steel. So far, this draft actually playing out very similar to the last one, regardless of how the game went. Only difference
Mm-hmm.
being we see a Kaisa instead of the Misfortune, which I think Kaisa works a little bit better late game into the dive, into tanks than the Misfortune will. So I think it's kind of that audible that they picked. Um, it's still a squishy champion though, and Draven and Victor are still gonna press Q and auto attack
They're
King
going to pop
carry.
her.
Right.
They're going to pop her, especially if she dives in. We've seen a lot of frontline Kaisa in this split, so hopefully we don't get to see that tonight.
The Warwick King gonna be taken away again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Box essentially trying to say like the draft wasn't too bad, which I don't necessarily disagree with. I think the draft in itself was okay. They had
Yeah.
good playmaking across the lanes and they had good damage in the lanes. They just didn't execute. And so I think sticking kind of to their guns, the only difference being they got the Alawi out of Bad Instincts instead of the Orn. Not that the Orn was bad. The Orn did a lot of work in some of them fights down bot. It just it didn't quite all come together as a unit. And we're gonna see a
Now I'm
Lulu.
intrigued.
Is this gonna be Lulu
Yeah,
top? I think it's Lulu top for General
I
Dill.
think so. That's an interesting pick.
Well, the thing with Lulu top, back in season 5 when it was Bruiser meta top, and you just saw like Darius, Fiora, Gangplank, like you just saw
Mm-hmm.
those. Lulu shuts those down pretty hard actually because there's so many shields, and Polymorph does a lot against somebody who gets into range of you.
Yeah.
Um, and
Plus
you
her
know what's
ultimate will allow her to be able to sit inside of the Alawi ult. It's gonna be interesting.
yeah, I think it's a good pick, and we're gonna see the Amumu from Urion.
I like that pick. I really like Amumu, especially in a five squad kind of situation.
I'm
Um,
intrigued what Neil the Steel's gonna go into it because I think if you go some like that's the thing with Amumu, and that's why you don't see him played a lot. Is like he's so easy to invade, but
yep.
also like he's so weak early. that it's gonna be super tough if Neosteel goes with a heavy duelist jungle. And he goes
Oh,
with
and he picks the
Sejuani.
Sejuani
So
instead.
scrap that. It means nothing what I just said.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just be over here in my corner crying myself to sleep.
I think he would have done well on the Xin Zhao here, or maybe a Nocturne. Anything.
Or the Jax again. I think Jax.
Even the
actually does a
Jax
lot
again
in
would have
doing
been
a
able
Amumu
to.
early.
Yeah.
They did need,
I'll be
they did
intrigued
need,
if he goes AP Amumu as opposed to just the full tank Amumu.
I don't think he will. I think he'll go full tank. Who else is gonna tank for this team?
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, though. So.
Oh, you're right. You're right. But I haven't seen when I see Amumu recently. It's been AP Amumu. So Leandries.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe it will be then. We'll see. The world may never know. All right.
So I go.
As we get into champ select here. I really like the the 2v2 matchup here with the Draven Leona. Because pre-6, if they aren't getting kills, they're not doing it right.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. That's a lane that absolutely has to snowball and snowball hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that they can't, but like even more so, I think than the Draven Morgana. Like any lane with Draven really has to snowball. But Draven Leona especially, Leona is such a lane dominant support. You get to team fights if you're not ahead and you don't have the damage to back up your engages as Leona, you just die.
Yep.
You just go in and then you die.
If you're not tanky enough as Leona, you die.
Exactly. And so that's kind of the one thing that I think is needed to hold this comp together. To be fair, what I will say, not only does Leona have a dive buddy in the Sejuani, but if they do get behind, and it gets to the point where Leona goes in, Leona dies, there's actually a Lulu there to provide a lot of shields
Yeah.
to the
A
Leona,
lot of shield.
potentially, or to whomever.
Yeah. Some solid sustain too from her ultimate. It's a very interesting team comp. They're definitely going for a team fight oriented comp though. Team fighter picks.
The question
That's-
that I think remains, and this will dictate how this game goes, that is, how is Dylan going to build this loop? Because it could go either way. It could be.
Yep, it really could.
It could be full AP. It could be machine gun. It could be one of those two things. I know Dylan is a. Dylan played both versions of Lulu actually in season 1 of this thing. Played it mid lane, AP. He played it back when Dylan was playing mid lane, and then that same season, one of the weeks he switched into jungle. They did their Star Guardian comp, and he went Lulu jungle, and it was machine gun attack speed Lulu, and it worked. Dylan's a good champion. So I could see this going either way. I think the answer will come once we see the Stone Rune. I think if Dylan goes AP, he'll go Airy. I think if he goes attack speed on hit, he could go fleet. He could go press the attack. He could go.
It'll definitely be interesting to see what kind of build he takes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited actually.
I kind of want it to be machine gun and just have the Lulu never leave top lane and just take every
Split
tower
push
in the game.
Lulu, that'd be fun.
But I don't think that's what we're gonna see. I think it's gonna be the AP Lulu. It's gonna be making sure he's there to help as both a damage threat and as a way to buff up the Draven, buff up the Victor, and just keep his front line alive. That's what I think. But I guess we'll see.
So from lunchboxes, we see our primary engagers as the Amumu, and maybe if the Swain hits a stun, they can go in. You don't really want to see Taric as a primary engager just because he has to get so close, and then if he misses, it's just that's a bloody situation.
Yeah. There is a lot of dive that Taric enables, though. I think there's some lag out right now. I was hearing you go kind of choppy. It's probably on my end because my internet is shit, but whatever. Between the Kai'Sa, the Amumu, and the Alawi, and the Swain, really, all 4 of those champions want to go in. And if you're thinking about supports that enable a dive, that enable going in, Taric's probably the best
Taric's
one,
the best.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
You throw down your ulti, You make sure everybody gets in it, and then you just run at them. You build a Shurelya's on
Mhm.
Swain, Righteous Glory on the Taric and the Amumu. Maybe even a Shurelya's on Amumu. Why not? Let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
go. And you just run at them. I know that was kind of turned into a meme, but the run at them strat worked really well for my team the 1 week, where like we're getting
It has
like,
worked very
blood
well
sanded
for
to
several
us,
teams.
and then we just
Yeah.
started running at them, and they died. And I was like,
It's
okay.
been a standard. It's been a very standard comp for the carries next door too. I don't know what they played tonight, but I know they tend to kind of build the run at you kind of comp with the
Sivir,
Olaf.
they've gone Sivir, they've gone Karma,
Yep.
they've gone Olaf, they've gone Kled, they've gone Vladimir.
Mhm.
All those. I think I just called out one of their team comps actually, but no, I do think. Fun fact: I do think Frank actually pulled out some solo lane Lulu. I don't know if it was for him or for Rafal, but I saw a little.
Ooh.
I saw General Dill doing some smack talk, and I believe it was a captain's chat saying, "Dang it, Frank, you stole my strat or something of the solo lane Lulu." so I know there was a Lulu involved by Carries Next Door. I don't know where or for whom, or if it happened again, but I know there was a Lulu involved somewhere, somewhere.
Oh, I think he pulled it mid.
You think it was mid?
I think he threw. I think he had it mid.
Okay.
If I remember correctly. I could be wrong. Chat, help us out if I am wrong.
But not Dylan.
I know chat knows all, so.
Yeah, do they though?
But then on the side of long anime schlongs, you know both Leona and Sejuani have very hard engages, but I would rather see the Sejuani go in first just because she is the tankier of the two.
I like the synergy between Leona and Sejuani, where
Mm-hmm.
Sejuani comes in and is starting to stack her stun, her E. Permafrost, I believe is the name of that one. But then
Think
Leona
so.
goes in, and if it's played right, Leona goes in, does the auto stun,
Mhm.
which is 3 of the stacks for Sejuani, especially with the auto cancel, and then you get the insta stun from Leona. As soon as they're unstunned from that, they're stunned by Sejuani
Oh yeah.
again. I think that
And if
combo
they're
is
still
very
alive, then you've got Victor and Lulu to back them up. So
good.
whoever gets stunned first is dead. That's just a given here.
Well, I think if I'm thinking about things that synergize well with Sejuani, these solo laners not
Mhm.
necessarily.
No, but definitely
but
Leona.
definitely Leona, and I think the only support that synergizes better with it is Braum.
Yeah.
But it's because Braum's passive is literally Sejuani Z, but for everybody. So,
Mhm.
but we are about to load into game. Let me get
Oh yeah.
in chat
The hype
#box
is
win,
real.
#LAS win, or #casters win because we're the best, obviously. And I got to set up. We're gonna drop this down. We are right. We are ready to go. Look at us. We're learning how to stream on the fly. Making it happen.
Yeah.
Hoping I don't bug splat as soon as I get into the spectate this time. It is gonna be Airy Lulu, so it does look like it's gonna be an AP Lulu. That's not to say that you can't go Airy and then go attack speed, because I know
Mhm.
like Gnar for a while was going Airy in the top lane, so it's not to completely rule that out. But I'm betting it's gonna be AP at this point. Other than that,
I kind of think it will be, just because it gives the bigger shields. It gives the
yeah,
just more damage. It's
and then,
probably just better.
yeah, I agree. All right, so hit your pause button
Well, I'm not even loaded in yet.
again. Come on, kid.
Yep.
Come on.
Hey, I'm sorry. I have a $300 laptop. It's like 6 years old.
It's all good. I
All
just want
right,
to make sure
pause.
we're not straight on with the spectate client so that it doesn't
Yeah.
lag out.
Do you have it up on the stream?
It should be. I got a big lag from us in the stream, remember? So
All right.
this will be a chance
Give me a
to
countdown
check it
for when to
over.
play.
I'm making sure my OBS is working. 1 second. Yeah, it'll go. It'll go through. Just needs time.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm at 7 seconds right now. So get to 7 seconds.
Whoa, I jumped up to 30.
37, same thing.
Okay, now I'm at 10.
I'll get to 10. That'll be easier for me than you to get to 10.
Oh, well, now I'm at 15. Okay.
Okay, pause your stuff.
I am now. I'm paused now.
All right, I'm at 15. You ready?
Do it.
3, 2, 1, play. And we see aggressive pings right off the bat, off the side. Long animation songs. They are grouped as 5. I don't think anything's going to happen, though, because it looks like the lunchboxes are looking for a defensive fan-out. Only thing that might happen is if they somehow catch Piper here right off the bat, but it looks like they're not going to. And they know that a ward
Nope,
has been
and
played.
last time we saw a ton of mastery spams from the Schlongs. We saw from the mid laner of Clumsy Chocobo last week.
Right. I'm just going to leave my
That made it
mouse
into the fails video for the week.
That reminds me of Season 1. Clumsy Chocobo was on my squad. Grabbed him by the Teemo for life, right? We were going for a level 1. We were going to make it happen. And we went bot. We were on blue side. We went to the bot lane and sat in the bush in the river, like right by lane. And we're walking out towards them. And then he just flashed. And we're like, okay, let's walk away now. And we all just like Mia pinged him the whole time as we were walking into lane. It was great. It was great. I was happy.
I think one of my favorite invades I've ever done was when our whole team went down to bot lane through Tribush and then towards the Krug wall, and then flashed over the Krug wall and no one was there.
So back to this cast. Now, yeah, it's gonna be pretty standard bot side starts again. Not necessarily standard for Mumu, but standard for the situation. I don't think Irion expects being invaded too harshly and is actually going to get away from his first buff really early and much more healthy. Could actually look as an Amumu to be aggressive, actually. Obviously, he doesn't have this information, but if Irion went for a little bit of a journey and found Near the Steel, it'd probably play in his favor at the moment. Especially having red buff.
Yeah, very interesting. Usually Sejuani has a very quick clear on the first buff, so I'm curious what happened there to hold her up so long.
I think it came down to the quality of the leash, but
The leash, yeah.
we're going to see Skullcrest.
Who got an Engage?
Engage coming in. Ignite's going to come down from Zorpox onto Slaga as Slaga drops his Ignite onto Zorpox. One more auto, 2 more autos from Digital Love. Not going to have enough. Both AD carries were untouched, oddly enough. So now the support's back up. But Irion's here for the gank. Going to come and land the bandage toss. Going to start crying on people way all the way home. Just going to blow a couple of flashes. Nothing's going to happen. The only thing it does do is it signals to Neil the Steel that Irion has not taken his blue buff. So it looks like Neil's still gonna get in, get a chance to get a blue buff, get a 3 buff. He hasn't even touched his red buff yet. And Piper actually still having a good amount of damage onto Zorpox with the Q. Yeah, it's gonna be a
it's a very interesting trade in the bot lane there. It was good dodges on the Taric stun from Digital Love and Zorpox to not get stunned there.
Oh, the flash stun from Slaga. Root's gonna land onto,
Ouch.
I couldn't see who it was, but it didn't even matter. Zorpox really low. Press attack is gonna proc canceling autos. The flash auto for the kill that would have been secured anyway by Irion crying on people. And so it's gonna be it's kind of the inverse of what happened last game so far. Where
Great repeat gank. That's what you want to see from your jungler.
well, in the
Blow their sums and come right back.
Well, and the only sums that were up at that point were the flashes.
Was
on
Piper's flash.
Well, and Slaga's flash.
And it's like, yeah, were their flashes.
So the flashes got blown, and we are going to see Neil Steel looking for something in here onto Bad Instincts. Bad Instincts, he's going to get Polymorph, doesn't have it. He doesn't have much mana. He's going to flash away. He's only got 1 stack of Permafrost. It's not going to lead to anything but the blown flash. And lane priority to the Lulu, which is not always an easy thing to get against an Alawi, even as the Lulu, because you see Alawi's still getting, or the Lulu's still getting kind of bullied. And does not have the priority right now. Not the huge deal early. It could turn into a huge deal if this continues. I guess we will see.
And with Sejuani, you always want to, if they have flash up, you always want to wait for them to flash before you actually use the W. I forget what it's called.
Her Flail of the Northern Winds. That was its old name. Wait, that was the old name. I don't remember what it's called now. It's called something less complicated.
Let's find out. Winter's Wrath.
That, yeah, it's a lot less complicated.
You wanna wait until they flash. That way you can hit them and apply the slow on them. Plus, while you're waiting for them to flash, you're stacking up autos, and then you can get the stun off.
Yeah, no, exactly. Bad Instinct's on point with these Soul Vessel pulls, but taking a lot more damage than he's dishing.
And he's out of mana, so he's gonna have to back here, I would assume.
And down CS for it, and he does not have enough gold for his Phage, which I know is what Bad Instincts really wants to get on this first back. He doesn't really want to leave lane without it. But
It looks like he's gonna greed out. Nope, he took a long time to finally back.
Neil is still here for the counter gank, gonna blow Irion's flash and get 2 stacks of Permafrost on the Slaga, but it's not quite gonna be enough. A good counter gank there by Neil the Steel, blowing Irion's flash as well as covering his bot lane. I don't think it would have led to a kill anyway, because the bandage toss missed, and that's one of the downsides to Amumu is you got one way in, and if you miss it,
Yep.
see you in 12 seconds. Still
Gotta hit skill shots.
Absolutely.
That's the thing.
Still a very active early game. The silver lining for Neil the Steel is he has gotten a good amount of a farm lead over Arion as a result of him being so aggressive on this Amumu.
Oh yeah, almost double.
Not that it's a bad thing to be aggressive on a jungler and get a little bit of a lead, because I believe the gold is still in Irion's favor with a 200 gold lead. But it's kind of a saving grace for the Sejuani moving forward.
Yeah, interesting. Plus, they have a very solid gold lead on Kaisa, which is the real thing they want. Is you always want to get ahead of a Draven before he can get his stacks off and cash in.
Well, and yeah, it happened the inverse. It wasn't as many stacks that got stacked up this time, but instead of Draven getting to stack those in and cash all those in early, he lost them. Lost half of them. And the game appears to have slowed down a little bit. We have an early Ocean Drake, which is going to be very nice to have, especially if your name is Amumu, because you're a very mana-hungry jungler. And having the opportunity to not have to take every blue buff away from Juice Miyashin would be kind of nice. He might still, because you're Amumu. Digital Love going to come in. Needless to come in for the gate. Going to land the Q. We have a TP coming in from Bad Instincts. Brute's going to land on the Piper. Stun's going to land. Second stun going to land. Digital Love picks up the kill. Needless Steel solo. Not going to be quite enough kill. The ulti from Alawi is going to come out. Got a few vessels coming in. Zorpak super low. Digital Love slowed down. Super low. Bad Instincts does not want to get this up.
Ooh.
He's stunned. The Dazzle stun from Terex not going to land. Bad Instincts wanted it so bad. He saw the cleanup. Just didn't quite have the damage or the
Really
mobility.
good disengage from the Schlongs there. Especially, that's one of the things that I really love Sejuani about. Is not only is she a very heavy
Yurion,
engager.
I hate to cut you off. Yurion might be getting
No
caught
worries.
out here. Actually, nothing happened. You can go back to what you're talking about. Never mind.
But Sejuani, she's not only a very good engager and a very good picker, but she also has very good disengage with her W slow. That people just don't really think about when they think of Sejuani.
And to be
Now
honest,
they are going to get the Ocean
Y'all-
Drake, like you said.
I hate to bring up points that I brought up before, but I mentioned Bad Instincts not getting the base on his Phage. Bad Instincts has Phage in that fight and has that extra move speed. I think it's a triple
Absolutely.
kill for the Alawi. But it just didn't quite have the way in. We got a little odd lane swap thing that's happened. Bad Instincts had left top lane so long, Juice Miyashin had to roam top to pick up the farm and keep the tower from going down. So now Bad Instincts has to hold mid. So this
And
it's
is
kind of
just
funny how that
losing
happened.
out on the poke lane.
Yeah, and I think of lanes that I want to play Alawi into. Victor's not necessarily on that list just because you're never going to get onto him. You're probably not going to get onto Eve. Put onto. I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say. I'm going to just leave it alone. Words are hard sometimes.
Ooh, nice stun.
A nice route coming in, but it's just a little trade, and Bad Instincts is back to the top. He's walked the lonely walk back. I am very surprised he didn't just base and walk top lane.
Base,
took the
maybe,
dragon?
hopefully grab Phage and walk
Well,
back.
yeah,
Yeah.
he has the gold for Phage, and especially for the way I know Bad Instincts likes to play Alawi, that Phage is core. Because once you get Phage, you just one-shot the backline of minions with your Q, essentially. And then, like, it's so hard to do anything as anybody else. Yurion tried to set up for a lane gank. He does not have level 6 yet, so it might be tricky to get off. Can instead just cover his team while they're backing. Well, maybe not. Ooh, there's no ward here. What's gonna happen?
You got a death
play,
push.
Let's play a game, Riley.
Okay.
Option A is somebody face checks. option B is somebody's skill shot, or
Yes.
option C is they just miss everything. Okay. Oh, but it is going to end up being an all-in onto Zorpox. The ulti comes out from Slaga. General Dill is here for backup. Zorpox is already on half health. The lead. Oh no, Polymorph coming in. That's not Polymorph, but I'm rolling with it. Slaga's going to be really low. Dazzle's going to hit onto Zorpox eventually. Irion's in here. Everybody's in here. Swain's in here. A huge Curse of the Sad Mummy. Irion's so low. General Dill going to get taken down by Juice Me Ashin. And what turned out as a fun choose your adventure on what's going to happen in the bot lane bait push, it turned into...
They showed us what is going to happen.
It turned into a 3-for-1 for the side of the lunchboxes.
Yeah.
Of Doom.
Almost a really nice turn from the Schlongs there. They did get who was it? The Tarek, right? They killed Tarek
They
on
eventually killed Slaga, yes. But
Yeah.
it took a long time.
It took too long, which then allowed the rest of the lunchboxes to come up and secure the rest of the kills, which was very unfortunate. And I'll go to a biscuit hat trademark. You really hate to see that.
Every caster gets memed at some point. I love it. I love it. We don't have a meme yet for you, Riley. We have to find one. Say something stupid.
It'll happen. It'll
Say-
happen. The more I cast.
Say something stupid that Rich can put in the fail video.
Oh, I'm sure it'll happen eventually.
So as we kind of reset, it still is only a 300 gold lead. Despite the advantages that the Lunchboxes have gotten off to, they've gotten the first dragon, they got first blood, they're up 3 kills. And really what it comes down to is farm. Is both
Yeah.
of the solo laners of the Lunchboxes have sacrificed a good amount of farm to help out this bot lane, which is not a bad way to do it. But you
Nope.
see kind of the gold lead, it's not a gold lead. They just kind of have a lead on their AD carry.
It's not
It's
a
not
gold
even
lead,
that big of a gold lead. It's 300 gold lead onto the Kai'Sa over the Draven, partially because
and they're
Draven-
letting Hiramar scale, which
True.
you cannot do.
True, and that's kind of what we saw happen last game. You know, Hiramar wasn't as big of a factor until mid-game when all of a sudden he had 8 kills out of nowhere.
Once he had the completed Lichbane and Hex Core, it was over. They couldn't do anything about it.
Absolutely. But we'll see what happens again. It looks like we might see a 4-man roam here. Hiramar actually getting spotted out by some wards, so maybe that'll sniff it out. But the attempt was
Good
there.
deep ward.
Yep, and that's a good deep ward that'll help cover that bot lane of the Schlongs. They don't, however, have much vision in the tri-bush, and they don't have control over vision in the lane, and Bad Instincts has his TP up again. So we could see something erupt into another big brouhaha in the near future. I love words. Oh!
It's interesting. Lowy is going Black Cleaver instead of Triforce here.
That's tilting. I'm sorry, I have to laugh about this. General Dill was
Yeah,
backing.
I don't understand it. They don't. They aren't gonna have that much armor.
No, I'm sorry. General Dill was backing. Bad Instincts hit the Test of Spirit
Oh, and then
as
the
the
back
back
still
went
happened.
through. So the vessel got pulled, and then General Dill got his back off. So then General Dill got to base and was vesseled, so was slowed walking back to lane. Utterly hilarious. I died. That was so fun.
And we do see the Rod of Ages and a Dark Seal. I didn't realize Lulu had a Dark Seal. It's a very interesting choice.
General Dill likes his Dark Seals.
Well, it's good because he knows he's going to get poked and he can just pot up and heal right back up the whole time.
Neil the Steel looking for the ulti is going to hit on Piper is not going to be able to get bursted down before the ulti comes through. Piper is so low, gonna ult in and actually pick up the kill on Digital Love, but he's gonna end up going down to Neil the Steel. It is gonna be Neil the Steel picking up a double kill on the Slag and proccing the Permafrost damage.
That was an incredibly reactive Tarek ult there.
Yes.
It was instant.
Ashin gonna catch out Zorpox alone with Dive Buddy and Irion are gonna pick up Zorpox. Permafrost can be put onto Juice Me Ashin. He doesn't want to turn around and use it. He does. Irion does not have the bandage toss to do anything about it though. So they are gonna pick up another kill in response on Zorpox. We got a kind of a bloody bot lane centric match here. Hiramar gonna face check. Not gonna matter. Okay.
He's gonna face check as the Amumu bandage dragon.
Arion just says, I want this ocean drag. A double ocean drag for a team with Mumu is nothing to spit at.
With
Double
lots of
ocean in
system.
general, yeah. It's that mana. I don't even care about the health. It's the mana sustain. Neither Steel's gonna be super low, trying to look for something. I don't think he should be able to die. Damage toss is gonna hit into the dazzle. Gets the blast cone. Pipers is gonna flash over for the kill, and Needle Steel gonna end up going down. I feel like if you're Needle Steel in that situation, going for the steal's okay. Getting the 80 carries flash to die
is
like,
okay.
It's okay. You don't want to. Actually, a huge trade coming from Juice Miyashi. Lots of damage.
Wow.
Gonna force Hiramar's flash away.
However, stealing a dragon is almost never worth it if you're gonna die.
There are definitely situations it's worth it. I don't know if that would have been a situation that was worth it, but I think Needle Steel. Oh, we are gonna see a fight. Ulti's gonna miss from Leona. You're gonna see chain CC for days before Zorpax goes down. Paper is his power tagger onslaught and not gonna do enough. And Digital Love just doesn't quite have the same damage that he had the last game at this point.
He really doesn't. He hasn't been able to cash in on much yet.
And these tanks, these engagers, can do a lot more in this game without having to worry for their lives. Adamson's hitting another test of spirit. Not much is happening in this lane, but it's got to be annoying for General Dill to have to deal with that. Just constantly. It's not really doing much right now, but it's just annoying.
It will.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not though, because through the Lulu shields and
Yeah.
it's just
And
that's
she's
a lot of
building
health.
building Tabby, so it will help.
You think that is Tabi? I think it might be going into Zonia's even potentially. I think you're right that it's Tabi, but it could be either one. The only caveat of it not doing anything is it is actually getting a lot of tower damage. Juice Miyashi, not to face check into Hiramar. I don't think he knows he's alone. That was an ambitious attack, and I don't think Hiramar knew that Juice Miyashi was alone, but he's not alone anymore. Neither Steel's with him. Directed camera doesn't want to see it, so I'm going to splash down to it. The ulti's going to come out onto Juice Miyashi. A great reactive play by Juice Miyashi to live. I don't think anything's going to happen. Irion's going to hit the bandage toss onto Neo the Steel. Permafrost is already down, but Irion might go down anyway. Hiramar's going to pick up the kill. Zorbax going in, hits two men with his ult. He doesn't get the stuns, but he hits them. Juice Miyashi was trying to live sustain as long as he could, but he just could not live in time for, I forget the name of Tarek's ulti. And at the end of the day, Hiramar picks up the big
Cosmic Radiance.
Cosmic Radiance. I knew it. I'm sad that I didn't pick it up.
It was a little late on the ult there. Would like to see it just like a few seconds earlier, and it would have done better.
That was gonna hit Needle Steel, not gonna lead to anything. Digital Love throwing out his Roaring Death. I think that's the name of his ulti. It's not. I'm making it up. Apparently.
Whirling Death.
Whirling Death. I got it. I did it. TV's gonna come in from Juice Miyashi trying to hold this mid lane. Probably only because first tower, with all this action that's been going on, first tower still has not gone down. The lowest one I think is actually top lane tower on the side of General Dill, simply because, as I said, you have Bad Instincts, a Fade, a Cleaver, and he just one-shots the wave, and then you're catching your wave with your tower. It's kind of that whole Singed game where Singed just gets your tower the whole time because he just instantly takes the wave. So,
And Lulu just doesn't quite have the same wave clear
Exactly.
as most top laners do.
and that's what I'm talking about right there. Like, the wave's gone already. The wave's gone. 3 abilities and it's gone. Fun. That's fun. Oh, Alawi's not busted, but that's still not fun to play into.
No.
That instinct's just saying, I'm taking this tower. Get out of here. It's polymorph for trouble. And it's gonna be, eventually, first tower over. General Dill trying to posture like he might do something about it, but there's nobody else to back him up, so this could be a pretty expensive 1v1 trade. Still weaving in those auto attacks. Arion's here now for the counter. They're gonna land the bandage toss into the curse of the sad mummy. Gaining 2 bad 6 damage, but Blue Ulti's gonna come through. The slows of the land from the Test of Spirit. Can we get another rotation from Irion? Bandage toss gonna hit again!
Well done.
And picks up, Bad Instincts picks up the kill with his, with a random tentacle. And somehow...
And apparently Hiramar solo killed?
Slag. Oh, Pipers is coming in deep. We're gonna get hit with the Glacial Tomb from Neil the Steel. Is anybody gonna die here? Irion is Shane CC'd. He's gonna go down, but Bad Instincts is in with his ulti, dealing a lot of damage. Forces Neil the Steel's flash. Still Doom the Deep's gonna flash out before the Permafrost Sun can get put onto him, and he's gonna walk out, and I believe it ends up as a 1-for-1?
1 for 2.
I don't know.
1 for 1, you're right. Swain was already dead.
Swain died, and General Dill died, and then it was a trade of Irion for Needle Steel.
Yes.
Hiramar being very
No,
aggressive.
Neil the Steel did not die there.
Well, Piper's going to go down to an auto attack from Digital Love after the engage, trying to hold that mid lane tower. A little bit of greed, I think, trying to save that tower with 4 men of combination. Hirama's going to get a little trade onto him. He's going to flash, but still get Tessie spirited. He might go down to a vessel if he's not careful. The Tentacle, Tentacle 1, miss. Tentacle 2, miss. Tentacle 3, miss. Is the Tentacle going to hit him? Is he going to base? Is he going to...
He's gonna get out. He's gonna do it.
No cross map kills this time. We tried.
And
we tried to get.
We do finally see that first item. Storm Razor coming in on Draven. That necessary first item spike, especially the Storm Razor. Very good on Draven.
Well, and this was the point in the game where the Draven damage really started to take over this item. Slaga looking for the engage is going to end up not catching onto it with the slows from General Gil peeling himself really nicely. And all of that's happened, and we still, like, I don't think the gold lead has eclipsed 1K either side yet this game. Might be the biggest.
It's been very even.
And we're going to see Dragon start up for the side of the lunch boxes. It's going to be a Mountain Drake. Nothing wrong with a Mountain Drake in any team comp. Everybody likes a Mountain Drake.
It is definitely one of the more fought over.
Bad Instinct's looking onto Hirama. Dazzle Stun's not going to miss. The Gravity Stun's going to actually hit 2, but it's not going to lead to anything. A whole lot of nothing. This is the point in the game where Bad Instincts is just looking to vessel as many people as possible.
Yeah, he's saying, "Come at me, bro."
Yeah, like I've seen this happen so many times where just he's chilling in bushes and just chilling in lane, just looking to deal some damage. And he's successful with it. It works well for him. But the question is going to be, can the 4-man unit
Hold this.
deal with this and let General Dill push? And they're going to get a pretty nice ult from Leo.
Wow.
No stuns hit. But ultimately just a lot of damage onto Neil the Steel, taking him down to...
Lot of damage there. That's why you level up the test of spirit first.
Well, that's why Bad Instincts does. There are many different ways to play Alawi.
Yeah.
This is the way Bad Instincts has found is the best for him, and that right there illustrated that point. It turned them trying to defend into losing all priority because their tank is now on a fourth of his health bar. Once Neil the Steel gets Warmogs, what was that? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
What was that?
I have no idea.
I'm so confused. What just happened? If anybody in chat knows what that was, objective was here or something. I don't even know what it said. Please let me know what that was. I don't have a clue. I didn't even lost my point. I think what I was saying was once Neil the Steel gets Warmogs,
He'll be much
tankier. A big Curse of Sad Mummy hitting 4. Piper's is just the least Hirama. Irion's gonna be alive. How long will he live? Bad Instincts do a lot of damage. Irion's still alive. Gonna end up going down to a flash auto attack from Digital Love, but Bad Instincts is untouched. Piper is virtually untouched. Drewsby Ashen's untouched, and he's just running at the AD carry. Shields and heals be damned. He's going for him. Triple kill for Piper. Just keep going. Get that pentakill. You do it. You can do this, Piper. They're trying. It's not going to end up having it in the end. But a huge team fight win there for the lunchboxes. The two key priority targets that needed to get CC just didn't in Piper and Bad Instinct.
On a team fight that did not start well for them, they turned it around.
I thought it started. Oh, we might see him going for the penta. He's going for the quad. It's not going to give it to him, unfortunately. But he's going to end up picking up Neil the Steel, and General Dill is going to eventually go down. The unofficial pentakill for Piper.
Good job.
Rob still doesn't have to pay money. Sad, sad day. But here goes back. I'm looking for vengeance. And nothing's going to happen. Yep, and nothing happened.
Only reason I said that fight didn't start well for them is because they took a ton of damage before the Terracle came in. But once that finally did hit and they were able to survive and do a bunch of damage back to them, they were able to turn the fight around and win.
I would say inversely, I did it again. Damn it. Inversely to that, it was a 4-man Curse of the Sad Mummy.
That's true.
Into all of Bad Instinct's damage. And then Piper managed to just kind of weave his way in and out and in and out. And Slaga doing what we said was going to happen, where it's the perfect to enable this dive comp. And did it. And enabled the dive comp. I don't think anybody died. Irion went down. That required Digital Love flashing forward to get the Putto, which then And Digital Love
Killed
just
him.
like died instantly after that. I would say it was a pretty well executed team fight actually on the side of the Lunchbox. Irion taking on this primary initiator role and running with it and doing a really good job with it.
I haven't seen him miss a bandage toss yet.
I think he missed a couple, but typically
Oh, he
the
missed
ones,
one early.
typically the ones that like were necessary to hit, he hit. And we already see Baron start up. Kai'Sa with a lot of Baron damage once these plasma stacks start going through.
Wow.
Is it going to be a steal? Needless is going to flash in. He's still going to secure the dragon, but we got a big team fight. Bad Instincts is whacking away, tentacling up this Baron pit. Kuzmiash is down near the steal. Pipe resistance is huge in this team fight. Untouched. Zorpox is going to get Vessel. He's going to get sped up by General Dill, but it's not quite enough. General Dill is and Digital Love are the sole survivors. And just a huge, insanely strong death ball that's been built here by the Lunchboxers.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nicely done there. I believe Neil the Steel smited just about 300 health early, which lost him the Baron. But
I know the other day, casters were talking with Irion about objective security. He, in a game, stole like 3 different things, 3 different major objectives. And I know he's got a good mind about himself as a jungler and as a objective secure button. Slider's just gonna take the tower, he don't care. That was great.
and now Juice Miyashin
Sorry,
playing
I got
five
sidetracked. That was hilarious. How Elliot Irion has a really good system about how he. Julian's is still taking the tower, still giving no craps. He's gonna die for it. This could be not what the Lunchboxes wanted. They're gonna run away as fast as they can.
Yeah.
But the Long Invader Slugs do not want them to get away. There are no TPs. It's just gonna be Lulu speed ups and Draven speed ups. Zorbox is gonna get Vessel. Can he look? Oh, gonna force the flash out of Bad Instincts.
Oh!
Viper is caught. He is stunned. He is down.
blown up.
What can happen here on the sides of Long Animation Long? Bad Instincts is going to try everything he can. He gets polymorphed into the permafrost stun, and that's what the Lulu's there to do.
That's exactly what they needed to do there. Don't let them back. Get the Sejuani ult, which was beautifully done. And now they can really kind of scale up a little more. We see
They have minions on their base, though.
That's true. They do need to go protect their base, but we do
But it's
have
a Cloud Dragon. It's still in
60. Base is more important, guys.
Never. Not over a Cloud Dragon. The General Dill will go back, and we'll be able to hold the base and keep it from going down. A huge turn there. Mostly led off the fact of Juice Miyashin getting a little bit cocky, maybe? Greedy? I don't know. I don't think he expected the Chain CC to come out after.
I think greedy's a better term for it. I don't think he realized he was tanking turret, and then he got CC'd, and then he was done.
Well, it was Leona ult into Gravity Field.
No, Leona missed her ult.
Oh, was it?
I think it was just the gravity field and a ton of damage.
That might have been all it was then, even, yeah. So, that doesn't necessarily give control over to the Schlongs. It just gives them a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, they're still down about 1.5k in
still
gold.
not a big lead, though. Like, this game could
It's
still
not
go
a big
either
lead.
way.
And it's all because of their CS on the side of the long anime schlongs. They've been farming up really well, especially the Victor and the Lulu.
Absolutely. And that comes back to what we were talking about, where these solo laners of the Lunchboxes have given up some of their own place in the game to help out the spot lane. And it's working. They have a 12-4 Kai'Sa who, has built a death cap, which I did not expect, but I guess it
Oh,
kinda makes a
interesting.
little bit of sense. Kinda. I didn't realize Kai'Sa went death cap in the AD carry role now. I'm not questioning it. It's doing well.
Yeah,
Just
it
took
is.
me off guard. And they are going to give up this tier 2 tower, saying it's not worth fighting over. I agree. And other than that, the game is generally stalled out. Bad Instincts doing his Alawi thing, and just taking no damage from General Dill. And what he does take, I believe he's going to heal up a good chunk of it. Yeah. Actually taking a little bit of damage. This is less of a wet noodle fight than the legendary Maokai Karma
We're
lane.
used to.
I think the legendary Maokai Karma lane was the best lane that's happened in the PMA LCS history. But that's just
That was one of my favorite lanes I've ever seen in
had-
Pro and PMA LCS.
I was tickling Dylan like the best of them.
You guys were just having a little tickle fight up there, weren't you?
It was great. I enjoyed it. It was cute. And I think this game's generally just going to be kind of stalled out until the next major objective, which I believe is Baroon. I don't have a time on it. I think it's in like 2 minutes.
I believe so. It should be around there.
It seems right. And I don't anticipate anything happening until then. Lunchboxes know, like, they just had a little bit of a throw. Let's play clean. Let's not force. And the Schlongs know if they lose one team fight, the game's over. So I think both teams are kind of just chilling. Trying to get a little bit of the standing gold. It's free, which is Bad Instinct's job here. It's going to take her, but he's taking a lot of damage. He's going to pop his ulti, and General Dill's going to pop his ulti in return, and nothing's going to happen. Hooray! Nothing happened! A good pickup by General Dill to get the Morella Namakan. Actually, it's controlling Bad Instincts a lot better in the side lane. He still has none of the pressure, but there's no kill threat from Bad Instincts onto General Dill. And so Bad Instincts just kind of said, whatever, I'm just going to kill your tower out. Bad Instincts looked a perfectly timed QSS there for Piper Izzes. Negate Glacial Tomb. Irion's into the bandage top. Going to start crying all over him. Digital Love is taking out Bad Instincts somehow off the screen. We're going to see a huge Curse of the Sad Mummy from Irion. Huge 4-man hit. All the people involved in the fight. Irion's actually going to get obliterated there on the backside of that from Hiramar. But it's still a power play for the Lunchbox. 3v2, and the most important people is alive, and that's Piper Izzes, who absolutely destroys Hiramar. And that's going to be the inhibitor going back down. Could this be game? And I've just gotten word that Riley Audette's internet has went out, so I'm going to roll with this solo for the end of the game. Piper is tanking the tower, Slag tanking the tower. General Dill picked up his Banshee's Veil. Will it do anything? Just box a W. Does he have a way for to make this happen? I don't know. I don't think so. But we shall see, and they are going to back off. General Dill holds it out long enough for his team to respawn. He does have a TP. Could he look for something kind of cheeky, TP in behind? They could look to go take this Baron in 3 seconds, knowing that the boxes really have to reset. They're all kind of low. This could turn into anything, and I guess only time will tell. It's not going to be the Baron call for the side of the Schlongs, because they had to go catch a bot wave, and they had to make sure mid wave's pushed out. It is going to end up being the Lunchboxes of Doom. Looking at this Baron, Needle Steel is in the area, knows it's happening. Scuttlecrab going to go over to the Lunchboxes. A pretty good pickup there. Really hard to sneak a Baron if I have Scuttlecrab. And all that happened, and we're reset. But now we're reset around Baron. Last time it was reset around the mid lane, now it's reset around Baron buff. They're just going to start it up. It looks like they have a Mountain Drake, they have Double Ocean. You can start it up and bait it for days with this type of dragon, particularly that they've had. And they're actually going to look for a bait, trying to utilize maybe a Bandage Toss, maybe a Dazzle, catch somebody peeking their head in when they shouldn't have to. And all the while, they got super minions smack going in the tower. They see General Dill's there. They see the rest of the team leaving. This Baron is free. This Baron is so free, unless Needle Steel can make a God Steal happen. Live up to your name, young senpai, and it's not going to happen. It goes down. A free Baron buff for the side of the Lunchbox is well played. That right there was like picture-perfect Baron shot calling. I'm not sure who led that. It might have been Piper, might have been Slaga, might have been Arian. But whoever made that call, the initial bait, wait for minions to go do their thing. Gorgeous. Gorgeous shot calling. And it's just going to be a group of 5 and smack our head against yours. Smack our heads against yours. Smack our tanks against yours. And they're just going to try and come up and siege this top lane tower. I would like to see Bad Instincts in the bot lane sieging this out on his own. But if you're worried about a throw, it's never a bad idea to do. So, actually taking a lot of damage there from both sides of the Victor Laser. He's going to heal that up nicely because he's Swain, so it's not the end of the world, but that was a lot of damage out of nowhere. Zorpox is on half health before this fight even starts. This could be really fishy, and another root's going to land on his Zorpox. Juice Me Ashen's been really good about these roots, actually. I've been very impressed with that. And wave number 3, I believe, of this Baron buff, and this tower should fall on this push. One auto, Piper, is all it takes, but Piper wants to be really careful of walking into engage range, because one engage going the way of long animation songs means end of this parent push. So Piper's just playing it slow, nice and easy, standing behind his tanks. Uno's supposed to do Juice Me Ashen, trying to rotate around. This could be the end they're looking for. They're gonna delete Juice Me Ashen on the rotation. Ion's gonna get another big 3-man. There's the sad mummy. Cosmic Radiance coming in. It's gonna be a double kill for Piper. Zorpax is gonna go down to Bad Instincts, I believe. No, it was also Piper. Is that the quad? Is this the penta? Is this 2 pentas in 1 week? It is! Piper is with the pentakill! And that is gonna be game! For the Lunchboxes of Doom, 27 to 18. Pentakill has happened. Rob has to pay again. I've lost my co-caster. My parents are probably thrilled that I've been shouting. They'll get over it. Anyway. What a game. Really well played there by the side of the Lunchboxes, doing what they had to do there at the end, playing slow, and even though they gave up the pick that the long animation songs were looking for, catching Juice Me Ashen out, the thing was, that wasn't the carry in that comp. Juice Me Ashen was there to create space for Piper, and to make sure Piper could step up and deal damage, and know that the CC cooldowns were down. So really well played on the side of the Lunchboxes. I'm going to hit you all with a player of the game poll. I just want to make sure that the game's not over. I believe. Yep. Okay. The game is over on the screen. Thankfully. I wasn't sure with my lag. So give me a second to get the straw poll put together. I don't know what was up game 1, but it wouldn't let me do it with chat commands. So I'm making my own, so it'll just be a hot second. In the meanwhile, if you're listening, Zorpax, you were MVP from game 1. If you want to hop into either this channel or a different channel, whatever channel you want, I'll come find you. Or you can come find me. It's up to you. Okay.
Hi, Eric.
Hey, it's the Zorpizzle.
That
Which is now your new name, Zorpizzle.
So, okay. That's from like Rick and Morty, like Zorpgazorp. It's a thing.
I don't know what that means because I don't watch Rick and Morty because I don't watch television, but straw poll is posted. Go vote. I honestly have no idea who I want to give that to.
I mean, it has to go to their jungler for.
That's
his
kind of what I
shit
was
camp bot
thinking.
lane.
Because Elliot played out of his brains in that early game, with great reactionary play on the Amumu, which is almost the best way to play Amumu, is kind of reactionary and just wait to see what they do, so then you know what you can do off of that. But at the same time, I mean, Piper played very
Or gank
well.
bot 6 times pre-6, that works too.
I mean, you picked Draven Leona. What do you expect is going to happen, dude? I'm leaning towards giving it to Irion personally. And I was already leaning that way before General Dill's bias came into play. Because I think Irion did a massive job. He sacrificed his first blue buff. He was bot lane the entirety of the first, 4 minutes of the game. Gave up a blue buff. Knew he was giving up blue buff as a Mumu. And didn't care. And just made it happen. And played very well. So that's where my vote's going. I guess we'll see where the crowd feels. I'm going to give it another 30 seconds. So get your votes in, kids. And adults. We're adults too sometimes. Not Dylan though. Dylan's always a kid.
Dylan's daddy.
Let's not go there. I'm going to, at this point, call it for Urian. Iruyan. However the hell you say his name. So, that means Elliot needs to get his butt up in here. And I guess I'll extend an invite to Piper as well, since you did get a pentakill. What the
Is he
heck?
the captain?
No, but we'll bring Piper in if he wants to.
Then who cares?
I care. This is my stream, and you will listen.
I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
Will you? I don't know if you will. And they just said done. I'm gonna. Oh, hey, there he is.
Hey.
Oh, I'm on streamer mode, so I didn't hear when it came in. Aha, that's right. So, unfortunately, my co-caster, Murphy Rawdet, had his internet cut out, so he can't be here with us. Rest in peace. No memes were created today for you, but it'll happen. So welcome. Congrats on both teams getting a W today. Nothing wrong with getting a win, putting yourself on the board. Especially, I know both your teams haven't completely had the success you're looking for yet. So, kind of first for both captains, what have you been working on as a team that you feel worked, that got you to a point where you were able to get some W's? And realistically, both games were pretty competitive, so it was both really good games too. Whoever wants to start, it can be Dylan, it can be Grant. I don't care. Up to y'all.
I mean, I don't really know. This was mine and my mid laner's first 2 games on the new patch, so we had no idea what the fuck was going on the whole time. And our plan was just to pick Draven because he's supposedly strong this patch. So I have no idea what's going on.
Spoken like I would expect out of you.
Yeah, so ADC sucks now.
ADC just
So-
got a pentakill, dude. Come on.
Yeah, no, it sucks.
That's not an ADC. I don't know if you looked at the build.
I did look at the build. I was like, oh, Kaisa has a death cap.
No, dude, ADC
Yeah.
is in such a bad position.
Yeah, ADC feels so fucking bad right now. Wait, sorry.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So
But
ADC
pretty
feels bad.
much-
That was the start of what Grant was saying.
Yeah, and then yeah, we still haven't really practiced that much boost, and they were just like play Taric, and I was like, okay. I was gonna play Pike.
That would have been so hype, dude. I would have
We
loved
wanted
it.
you to play Pike.
But I think the Taric was mandatory for that team comp. Because if you don't have that, you don't enable any of your dive to happen. So
Yeah, I know, but I wanted
So-
to play Pike.
I love it. I love it.
We really wanted you to play Pike too.
Anyway,
Why? Why? So you could beat me?
look into our 2 players of Z games. It was Zorpak's game 1 for that Morgana performance. And what it really came down to, at least for me, was early game, you played out of your brains. Like, you set up everything for Digital Love. Not taking away, he played very well that first game as well. But especially that first blood you got, hitting that random dark binding onto Piper at the end of a trade that you lost, mind you. Like,
Yeah, I
was
missed the
huge.
black shield and then just kind of weaved
then
the
it-
binding through and then went, oh shit, and then ignited her.
and just making plays everywhere. You had a couple times where you almost got caught out, but managed to like live long enough and deal enough CC and damage that your team could follow up on it. And you had a really great roam mid lane that really got Hiramar rolling. Like, it was just a lot of work you did. So I think I know the answer to this, but I don't know if the chat does. Tell me, what is it about Morgana that makes it something that you feel you can turn into a playmaker for you?
She literally does everything that you want. She has black
Alright.
shield, so she can keep your carry safe, and she has 2 broken CC abilities,
I like
and has easy, consistent poke in lane.
it. Fair.
Basically,
Alright.
she's just beautiful. She's the fallen angel of my dreams.
I get it. It's because she's the fallen angel. I get it. Very funny.
Yep.
On the flip side of the token, I want to talk to Irian Elliot. However, you say your summoner name. I still haven't learned, and I've been playing with you for 3 years, I think. Anyway, tell me about the Amumu pick, 'cause that came out of left field for me. It's not something I think I'd seen you play very often, and you performed very well on it. Just tell me, like, what kind of said in this circumstance a blind pick Amumu is the way to go.
The engage, hard CC, getting to the back line. That was kind of the big one. We were getting kited out pretty hard last game. We needed something to kind of not necessarily guarantee a lockdown, but gives us a greater chance. And so we definitely chose our comp, I think, more team fight oriented, and it definitely paid off for us.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I made a comment around the second Baron you took that I was like, this death ball they've built is just disgusting. Like, when all 5 of you stood on top of each other, I couldn't see what in the heck was happening, but I saw that they were dying. like, so well played on the comp there, I think, from game 2 for sure. Tell me about your thoughts pathing wise, because early game, this is really what it came down to, was early game, you started red, which already is kind of abnormal for an Amumu. And then you did what I think was kind of smart. You transitioned, you got the bot lane scuttle, you knew you'd have control over that, the Sejuani be top, and that you'd probably lose the scuttle fight with the Sejuani, because it's hard to outdo a Sejuani scuttle control as an Amumu. And then you just said, screw my blue buff, I'm going bot lane. And it worked out really well. Tell me kind of what your thought process was behind that.
Well, the funny thing is that wasn't my thought process at all. My bot lane said, "Come bot, stay bot, love bot."
So
You
our
know?
game 1 plan worked then because we tilted the fuck out of Piper.
Dude, you didn't tilt me. I've already been tilted for 3 days.
Can confirm.
Get wrecked.
Ever since you got called the sub.
No, this whole patch just makes me feel so useless. And
You got
I
a
just
pentakill,
getting, like-
Piper. Shut up.
okay, yeah, because I built AP.
I mean,
No, like the only games I felt relevant on since this new patch have been on Kaisa. Because the new items don't affect her at all. Actually, the new Essence Reaver is really good on her, but you don't need to first build it.
Gotcha.
But
I mean, I'm obviously
like
not
you-
gonna hate you for the build. It worked out. I
Yeah.
can't argue with
No.
that. The success was there, and it didn't even like
I
the
mean-
damage profile was still like the damage you were dealing oddly looked like it was still a normal ADC Kaisa,
Yeah.
not the AP Kaisa. So it was kind of weird the way it worked. Like,
I mean, you look at pros, like streamers like I'm a Cutie Pie, Sneaky, and all that, and that's what they're building on Kaisa. So
hey,
I mean, it obviously is working. So
right.
if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely. Do we have any questions
That's a
from the
fog champ.
chat? Fog champ? What does that mean?
If
I don't
you're
wanna
not in the know, then you don't need to know.
I
'cause
just
that means
decided I don't want to know. I should know better than to ask Dylan what something is when I don't know what it is.
I am
usually-
the president of the Fog Duckers fan club.
Oh, right. That's less concerning than I thought it would be, to be completely honest. Looks like there's no questions from the chat. Any questions from any of you?
Grant, how are
yeah.
you doing today?
Huh?
How are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You heard it.
Dylan, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, but I want to know
Okay.
from the crowd, when will Riot make a balanced and viable game?
Lol.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
well,
let's
you
talk
know,
about that.
all right. So
All right, let's talk
you
about
already know. You already know that that's not going to happen because the way you make the game interesting is to have shit be unbalanced all the time. Like 80 carries have been living in this paradise where it's like, yeah, we're useful, and then they're like, all right, we're going to change literally everything. And now 80 carries, they're like, now I'm sad unless I'm playing Kaisa or Ezreal. Then I'm less sad.
Apparently, that's
Balance
shit.
doesn't sell skins. Yeah.
The truth has never been spoken until now.
Well, unless I missed a question from chat, I'm double checking. Yeah, I don't see anything else.
I just want to say, Dylan, game 1, that Singe play, that was spicy as fuck, dude.
That
I
hurt my
thought
soul.
I had you.
Piper
Listen.
saved my ass.
Piper healed you up.
Listen,
Wait.
Misfortune felt so bad because I got like 2 fully channeled bullet times over the whole team and no one died.
I made that comment. I was like, and both times hit everybody, but nobody's dying. What?
And I'm like,
Oh.
why?
All I did is, well, I just popped my ult plus the fucking aftershock, and I have 300 armor, so I'm just gonna ignore your lethality.
Yeah. I don't know. Everyone just feels bad.
You know who doesn't feel bad?
Kaisa.
Maokai.
Oh.
Malcolm
You're
got
really-
that into Irelia.
Carry Maokai.
Also, actually, if you do care about the damage stats for the Kaisa game, I actually did 21,000 magic damage and 12,000 physical damage. So it's
So
a
it's-
lot like a
Like a mid lane.
It's a lot like an on-hit,
Kaisa,
like,
yeah. Or like
yeah,
Varus
it's
or
a-
Kog'Maw.
yeah.
Man, the Morgana game, I was like 100 damage short of Draven.
Wait,
was
really?
fun.
We forgot to look at
Yeah.
damage because I'm a noob streamer. So
80 carries are useless right now.
Yeah, it's all about the AP carries.
or the
The return
tanks.
of Ziggs.
The return of the tanks. Huh.
Oh, I hope
Mordekaiser-
tanks return. I'm a
Mordekaiser
Blizzards.
bot.
Dude, if tanks
In
return-
before Ziggs next week. Get ready, boys
All right,
and
well,
girls,
Well, it seems like that's it for
and
tonight.
unidentified genders.
So for my
Mordekaiser Pike bot incoming.
gone but never forgotten co-caster Murphy Radet and myself and all the bonobos in this chat right now, I'm signing off. Have a good night.